Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Roguelike Duck, and thank you all for being here. And welcome to our beautiful community coaching series, Brawl Stars Explained. And if you want your footage featured on the channel, here is the information here. So just send your emails to brawlstarsexplained@gmail.com. Just send me a replay that's 10 to 15 minutes long. Tell me the trophy count, brawler, and the game mode. For example, 350 trophies, Tara, and gem grab. And it could be considered to be in the next video. Guys, do I have a doozy for you today? Today, we've got a 600 trophy Mortis being pushed in what looks to be gem grab. And if you remember, last week, I said I wanted some assassins or sharpshooters. So this should be beautiful. Now, the footage starts out straight in a game. The game has just started. So not too sure about, some specific things. But overall, looks like it's a max level Mortis, which is pretty sweet. Running Coiled Snake, definitely the better star power for the most part. There's arguments to be made about the other one, but we won't get into them. So obviously, we're trying to hit to 750 trophies. We're playing a gem grab. Mortis is like Surge from last week, another one of those characters that I feel like you can get away with on most modes. Probably not heist for obvious reasons, but Brawl Ball, Mortis has a big presence in. Gem Grab, absolutely. Unfortunately, we don't get to see what brawlers were against because that's something we need to talk about when we talk about Mortis. But Mortis is an assassin class. Now, the reason I wanted to get an assassin class brawler in for one of these videos is because assassins, they have a very specific role, right? Their role is generally to hunt down a very specific target. You usually pick one person, one other brawler on the enemy team, and that's your target for the whole game. And you will continually bully that target for the whole game, and that just creates easy 3v2s for your whole team because then your team can weaken the rest of the enemy team. You go in, you clean them up, right? Mortis he does a ridiculous amount of damage. So where Mortis gets counted is usually in the Poco double tank comps. So if you see them, you're going to have a rough time because Poco's tanky, the tanks are tanky, Mortis will just have a really bad time. I think you're using Survival Shovel, if I can remember correctly what the different symbols look like. I think this is Survival Shovel, which gives you that extra burst. It could be the other one. I can't remember the symbols specifically. But when it comes to gadgets for Mortis, it's personal preference. I prefer Combo Spinner, that's the one that does the extra damage. Sorry, Survival Shovel is the reload speed. So which one is this? This might be Combo Spinner. Anyway, I digress. It doesn't matter. We'll see as we play. But yeah, I prefer Combo Spinner just because of the kill potential. You do 3 swipes and a gadget, usually kill folk. But the other one is also really good. It's just a bit more high skill capped. So what I'm looking for, before we jump into it, what I'm looking for is I want to see you finding the squishy targets and killing the squishy targets. Mortis doesn't want to be the gem carrier because Mortis wants to be deep in enemy lines. So Mortis doesn't want to be carrying the gems. You want to be deep. You're probably going to die sometimes, but a good Mortis will not die. Will just be deep in enemy lines and constantly getting kills. So that's what we're going to look at here. So let's see. So Shelly, Daryl, Nita. Nita's, yeah, probably your best bet. Okay. So good start. Now Shelly's going to be a bit interesting for you, just because Shelly can just blow up people that get too close to her. Like even right now, I don't have my pen actually. Where's my pen? I'll get my pen up. But even your Lou's getting a bit. What's going on here? Your Lou's getting a bit too cozy and friendly with that Shelly. Again, I say this every week, but you can't control what your teammates do. So yeah, we can pretty much count that Lou as dead. We'll talk about positioning a bit later on. Right now, I just sort of want to see how you play the Mortis. Not bad. So as I said, you don't really want the gems. That being said, playing with randoms, you're bound to get gems. In fact, there's an argument to be made that if you're playing solo queue, which I assume you are, you probably want to take the gems anyway. Immortus' ability to escape situations also makes him a good argument for the gem carrier. It's just the intention of playing the assassin is to be going for kills, specifically, not playing objective. Same with an Edgar. You wouldn't want your Edgar carrying the gems. You just want your Edgar to go out there and get free kills. I make the comparison that Mortis is a lot like Edgar very often, because they are very, very similar. They dive in. As far as assassins go, they're very similar. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, unlucky. You don't want the gems. Getting a Nita Bear on you. Again, Mortis doesn't want the Nita Bear. Whenever I have a Mortis on my team, I try to kill the Nita Bear for them. They don't deal with that. Ooh, that was kind of good. Okay, so at this point, you're one gem away. Next gem spawning. You've got the escape. Hopefully your Jesse backs you up here, but we just want to dash in there, dash out of there. Your Jesse didn't help you at all. But again, you didn't really want to take that fight. Okay. I kind of just wanted to watch that game play out, because mostly I wanted to see what you were going to do with Mortis. So I didn't really pause out or go into the pen or anything, because Mortis is an interesting character, very high skill capped, as anyone can tell you. I kind of just wanted to watch that play, and we have sound this time. Actually, I just noticed we haven't had sound for the last couple. He's difficult. He is a high skill capped brawler. Now, after just watching that, the big things you need to be thinking about is what fights can I take. So I say this with every brawler, but with Mortis especially, it's important is how much damage can I do with all 3 ammo and with my gadget, right? So I'm pretty sure it was combo spinner that I saw you tap. So we want to be thinking how much damage can I do. Now I didn't look up the stats for Mortis, but you need to know that number. If you've got 2 shots, am I going to be able to kill it? Because the thing is especially in situations with that Daryl and with that Shelly, is it better to use your ammo to escape a situation? Because Mortis has some, like, I'm going to just say this, it could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's right. The best mobility in the entire game. Considering his main attack is a dash that other brawlers have on a cooldown with 3 uses per match, he gets it for free. That's his main attack, is a dash. His coiled snake is really good. Obviously, where your lanes are, you can use, don't be afraid to use the bushes. You stood out in the open a bit in that game as well. And towards the end, you kind of just looked confused waiting for Coiled Snake to come back up. I try to say this, I said this in a couple of other ones. Maybe I said it last week, I can't remember, but you always got to be asking yourself, what's the plan? So we've won the fight, what's the plan? So as a Mortis, your plan is to set up in a position so that you can kill the squishiest member. Now, unfortunately, all 3 members of that team were tanky. They all had over 5k health, and 2 of them you didn't want to fight. The other one could spawn a bear, and you didn't want to get involved in that either. So it was kind of a gross match for you altogether. But in these next few matches, hopefully we see a squishy target. I want to see you setting up in specific grassy areas in the map. I don't really want to see you have the gems, but again, can't be helped if you're playing with randoms. So let's jump in. I want to see, but yeah, that first game, I just kind of wanted to see how you played with Mortis. I'm getting into a game now. Okay, hang on. Okay, so let's see. As far as best target, they're not going to have Honeycoat. If you can dash in on them and bully them out of the game, your team should win. Honestly, your team should win. The Bee's the most disgusting target on that team. I mean, Sandy does a lot of work as well. Sandy's pretty good as well. I don't know if you can completely decimate a Sandy, but if you see them low, that's one thing I want to say as well. You were going for targets that were low. Obviously, if any one of these is low, you just dash onto them and kill them. But I mean, the bee should be a free kill for you every time, most of the time. She won't have honeycoat. In showdown, I just avoid bees because honeycoat will get you a free game loss, but they're all funneling down middle as well. Yeah, so see, we want to be getting close to the bee. So what would have been better is coming up the right lane into this bush, because then they all would have freaked out. All three of that team would have freaked out. Oh no, there's a Mortis in this bush. I would have just tried to dash right into that bush. It would have given your team a good opening as well, and then you could have just killed the bee and gotten out of there, set up again. Now you're in a bit of a weird spot. In fact, on this map, you should really just be going straight into this spot here, because Mortis wants to be close to targets to dash onto them, and that's really easy to get close to them. It'll scare them away from the gem mine. Nice. Oh, that could have been really juicy. Yeah, that's unlucky. It's because you're too far away from the bee. Also, I'm just going to turn this. Oh, I can turn it down from my headphones. You're too far away from the bee. The bee's just going to own you before you get close. You need to set up in that position. So they're low, you could dash onto them. You're a bit hesitant though. That bee's low. So set up now, set up in the grass now. I would be, because we've pushed them back, they're low, they're scared. I would be setting up here now, even though that's been broken. It doesn't really matter. You can, in fact, it's better for you because you can dash in on them if they try to get around on the right lane. I'd be setting up in there. I mean, it sucks. It sucks because your team is sort of sitting there, so you don't want to be all clustered up in the same spot, especially with a Sandy and Anita. It's the best spot for you because you're not going to really achieve much here. They're going to see you there, and they're just not going to go there. They're just going to go down mid and right. Where at least here, if you're set up here and they're scared of coming here, they're too scared to come down here and here, right? That only leaves the left lane. If you were there, your team, your tick would be able to pressure down left lane. They wouldn't be able to get there. They'd be too scared. See, right now they can just come down mid and right for free because who's there? So cool, we took out the Nita. We got a bear on us. That bee's just going to control now. That bee's just going to have free control. The tick's good. The tick's zoning. That's good. Nita's back. Oop. Oop. Okay. Okay. You see, you're just getting pressured, and you can't get up. You cannot get up. But if you had been sitting in that spot up there, you'd be getting kills. Nice, but the bee got you. Oh, that bee must have had honeycoat. She's sitting on 1 HP. There's no way. Who runs honeycoat in 3v3? Okay. A lot of this is coming down to positioning because you'll probably notice watching this back as well if you watch this video. You spend a lot of time inactive because Mortis doesn't have range. Mortis needs to be up close. When I say inactive, I mean like you're not AFK, but you're not participating in the fights. And that's why I say you shouldn't be gem carrier either, because you shouldn't be scared of dropping gems. Mortis needs to get up there. Even if you die, if you deal a heap of damage, your max or your tick are going to be able to finish the kills, you would think. You would hope. Obviously, like, you want to be killing and not dying. But when you're getting pressured, you need to get up there. You need to use the coiled snake for that mobility. You need to jump in. Like, you don't want these gems. Like, look, they're so low. Get it. Finish him. Finish him. Finish it. His gadget popped. Oh no. His gadget's popped. Ah. You hate to see it. Okay, so it looks like we might be swapping mode now. Going into duo showdowns. Okay. Mortis is pretty good in showdown. Depending on the map, of course. This map should be pretty good for Mortis. But specifically because Mortis can kill people so quickly. And you could quite easily kill a duo with Mortis without a problem. So kind of sucks about how long it takes him to get a box. You've got a gem now. You've got a cube. Your duo partner kind of just full centered in the mid. You don't want to see that. Okay, so you could kill the crow once you have called snake. Yes, 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 yes! Kill him. You can also kill the Sprout. But Sprout's such a pain. And if he's going to be lobbing at you, it's not a good time for anyone. Was he using Overgrowth? Did I see Overgrowth just then? So in a situation like this, don't be afraid to just use Coiled Snake for quick mobility to catch up to someone. Just be careful of the grass. They're getting the res off, so this is where you would dash away. Just dash back. Dash back. It's not worth taking this fight with the immortality. Not immortality. Oh, well, it is on immortality. Just get out of there. I would dash away from that. I wouldn't dash into it. Yeah. Oh, you didn't even need a dash. I thought you were in range of the crow, but there you go. Yeah, kill him again. Now his thing's off. Oh, that's juicy. Get out of there. You did get 2 hits for that super though, so you're pretty close to another super. If they want to keep engaging you, you can just keep farming cubes. There's no problem with that, but we should probably see what Anita's doing because it sounds like Anita's fighting. Anita's fighting. We need to help Anita. Like, screw these guys. Okay, Anita's dead now. That could have been avoided if we were with Anita. We could hear Anita was fighting. We should have been there to help Anita. Instead, we were still messing with these guys. We're not really making too much progress on these guys. We should have been with Anita. I know she was full sending it in mid like crazy, but at least we could have seen, like, the Jackie could have been low for all we know. And we could have killed the Jackie and saved her. Or she could have been full, but you're Mortis, so you can dash out of there. Yeah, farm another cube off him. That's fine. Nita's about to die again. Alright, we're in a bit of a sticky spot, so what I'd be considering now is we know there's a team here and a team here. We know that an 8 power cube Bo and an 8 power cube Jackie. I would probably be thinking about going down, honestly. Because we don't want to get stuck between this team and this team, which is what it looks like is going to happen. Also, zone's coming in this way, forcing us into that Jackie, so we really need to reposition. I'd be going down at this point to get a better position. Because we're not going to be contesting this middle with a Jackie, not at 6 power cubes, not as a Mortis. Jackie counters Mortis. We need Anita to be able to handle that, but Anita's just full sending it into the Jackie again. And this time, we don't want to help her. We just need to get out of there. So use the coiled snake and go down. Honestly, that's your best play. Use the coiled snake and go down. Okay. This isn't bad. This is what I was saying before about you sort of being a bit scared of dashing in. Because if we look... Super low. Super low. Coiled snake, dash. You got super ready. You could kill both of them and put yourself in 3rd place. And get a couple of cubes in the bank as well. And your super will heal you. You're a bit scared of dashing in. So you hesitated. And now they're still alive. If you lose trophies, you could have hit 3rd place. So it's a bit late to be doing that now because of healing. Oh, well, actually. They were healing, but then the other team got in on them. So what the hell's going on here? I thought it was a Bo and a Jackie that were dominating, but it looks to be a Leon Jackie team? Or did that team die? Did I miss something? No, it's a Leon Jackie team. Okay. And then you got a Dynamite and a Nani. You can kill the Dynamite. The Nani, you can kill the Nani, but it's slippery. That Leon just killed the Leon. The only one I'm worried about for you is the Jackie. Yeah, and she's coming for you. She can see you're a threat. Oh, oh, oh! You win. No, you totally win this. You totally win this. Go, Nita's on the respawn. Dash in. Yep, that's so good. Okay, so that was really messy. So let's just like kind of go over that again. So Jackie's chasing you. You make a good play. You identify that the Nani is in Pete, so it's the perfect time to go for the Nani, right? Oh, I like this as well because I do this sometimes as well. It's kind of big brain. Going into zone to create space for yourself, which you do perfectly here. Getting the super. Thank you, Dynamite. I was wondering how you killed the Jackie. It was Dynamite, and you got stuns from it. Now, this Leon could have killed you right now. What is this Leon doing? Missing shots. Now you get to heal a tick of health, which is huge. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's so good. Alright. Alright, so I imagine this is one more game on this replay, and then we wrap it all up. Two boxes, this is beautiful. Two assassins as well, so this is before the Crow buff as well. This replay was sent in before Crow got the buff. Dueling with an Amber. You can probably... Oh, there's a Nita there. Okay, so we also know there's people in the bushes. We got a Piper to our right. I'd probably stick with the Crow going up left. I think that's your best bet. In terms of positioning, it's just one other team up there, and you should be able to pressure them. You're kind of chilling here. I guess I'll find out, but I don't know if I agree with this. I probably would have kept fighting the Ember team. That's a juicy third party. That's a juicy third party. I probably would have gone in earlier for that. Oh, yeah. I probably would have gone in... Like, I would have gone in now, probably. You've gone around. I would have gone in now. Like, don't wait for Coiled Snake. And then Rico also sees that opportunity. Oh, it's tough. It's tough to decide when to jump in for that third party, especially so many teams around there. Hopefully your Crow doesn't bot out. And the Crow's doing alright. Shooting the wall. Doing what he has to do. That's fine. Looks like there's some toxicity between the Edgar and the Rico. I can't tell. Yeah, you don't want to fight that. I would... You can fight the Amber. Because you dash through her, you could kill her before she kills you because you're dashing through her. You'll be dodging a lot of her attacks. If you do quick button presses. Okay. Like the Nita, sort of a problem. Nice, baiting him into the meteor. That was kind of big. Coming in just as the respawn happens, your Crow should be able to take this. That's beautiful. Sitting on 2 cubes with Crow. You're on 3 teams right now, so this is kind of good. You break even. Getting second's going to be better, but breaking even's just as good. At this point, if everyone's... Oh, you're at second place. He's low, he's low. I would have dashed into him. Oh no, he dies from Crow poison. Yeah, just juke him and kill him. Kind of unlucky. It was decent, This gives... Okay. Alright. So let's just go on mute. Well, and I'll I'll wrap up the video, but I'll address some points because it's kind of hard to specifically go into too much detail with the Mortis play because overall I would say you're a decent Mortis player, but the two big things that I want you to look out for in the future as you're pushing Mortis to 750, you're a bit hesitant as an assassin. Don't be too worried about just jumping in and killing someone, right? In 3v3 modes, that's your primary job. Now, when it comes to Brawl Ball, you get two Mortises, and the best Mortises is the one that does both. The Mortis that just goes absolutely crazy, finds an opening, dashes through with his great mobility and gets the goal. And then you have the Mortis that absolutely cleans up the enemy team, leaving openings for you and creating easy 1v2 situations because he dies fighting the last person. But it's so easy for you and your teammate to clean up what the Mortis left behind. The best type of Mortis kills someone on the enemy team, creates a big opening for you and your team to get in, and then takes the ball while everyone else is distracted and gets the goal. Same for all other sorts of game modes like gem grab. Like in your gem grab, I think the thing you were struggling with most was target priority and positioning. You need to get better with the positioning in those 3v3 modes with Mortis because you need to get into a position where you're close enough that you control the field. Mortis is such a terrifying presence because he can basically insta kill anyone he wants for free, not a problem. He can 1v3 so easily, but you need to get yourself into the position to be able to do those things. That I think that's the bit you're struggling with. Even in this duo showdown, there was some decision making. Knowing your matchups is really important. Like you could have killed that Amber nice and easy, but you hesitated. There was a lot of moments where you sort of hesitate or you took too long to make the decision to go in. Remember, Mortis deals a ridiculous amount of damage and you're using the combo spinner as well. So just dash, 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 combo spinner. If you have your super, whack that in there to kill the higher HP targets. Going for those juicy like double hits with the super is really nice and juicy, but like use it on one person. It's all about Mortis is all about getting those long combos and just insta killing people, just sending them back to the lobby, taking their power cubes, yeah, taking their trophies. That's what it's all about. So that's the things I noticed in this. I don't know if I really paused it enough to point out all these things specifically because a lot of the time I was just kind of watching and going, we could be doing this and we're not. It was kind of it was sad to see because I can tell you've got a lot of his main mechanics down. You're having I think from what I can tell from watching the replay, I think it's just you're struggling with decision making. You're going, can I do this? Can I survive this? And I think that's the big thing. Honestly, I do. So I hope I pointed out those things enough for you because this was actually a bit of a hard one for me to do because I'm watching it. Mortis is when you're not in the right position with Mortis, it's kind of hard just to correct that because you can get so easily pressured down since Mortis doesn't have any range. We saw that really specifically in this match here with the B, where if you had been in the top right hand corner from the start, if you had been up here from the start, you could have been the one pressuring the entire enemy team, but you were mucking around over here a lot. And so the B just had free reign. I don't think you killed the B once. But B could have been a really easy kill for you to get if you were up here. Sorry, I don't have my pen. If you were up here, because the B could have come down here and you could have just gone bit, 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 B dead. And if she had honeycoat, you pop it the first time, and then after that, B dead. Right? That's the sort of thing you need to be thinking about Mortis. Where is the best position for me to just get absolutely filthy, dirty kills? Right? Or you become an absolute god trick shot Mortis player. That's the other way to push Mortis, right? Is just to be an absolute god at Brawl Ball with Mortis. I prefer to go for the assassin role Mortis, but I think that's what you need to look at. And if anyone else is struggling with Mortis, I think that helps as well. But if you're a god Mortis, what are your tips? Let us know in the comments below because I know I'm only speaking from my experience with Mortis. But even I struggle with Mortis sometimes. Sometimes I get into a solo showdown lobby, absolutely clean it up. Then other times, seventh place because I'm average. But that's sort of like what you got to be thinking about with Mortis. So if you're a god Mortis, let us know in the comments. Guys, if you didn't already know, over at Twitch, about half an hour after this video finishes, I'm going to be live with the new season and I'm going to be unlocking Colonel Ruffs day one and pushing him to 0 to 500 trophies. So that's twitch.tv/roguelikeduck. If you want to join in, watch that. Join me there. It's going to be absolutely huge. I'll be uploading highlights onto the YouTube channel. So if you don't want to watch it live, that's fine. Just subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. Those videos are going to be coming up throughout the week. I'm going to be trimming it all, picking out the best bits of gameplay, talking about Colonel Ruffs. It's going to be absolutely huge. That's what this week's all about. It's Colonel Ruffs week. Otherwise, if you want to submit your video to be considered for me to look over and give you tips. Set it there. I am looking for sharpshooters now because I think we've done everyone else. We've done fighters twice, done support. We just did assassin. Let's get a sharpshooter in here. Where my Piper fans at? I love Piper. Let us know. Send the emails through. That's the information there. Don't forget, when you send the email, just leave a little bit of a message for me to tell me, what you think you need help with, because it helps me identify it. I think we did really well with the Surge one last week. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This one was a bit more of a tricky one because there was a lot of good plays in here, but there was also it's just decision making. And that's the big thing when it comes to Edgar and Mortis. You guys have seen it live when I play Edgar. Sometimes I just struggle with the decision making. I hesitate on a jump and you just die. So that's what you got to improve on if you want to get better with Mortis. Other than that, positioning, decision making. You pick a kill and kill it. All right, that's enough flabbing from me. Guys, I've been Roguelike Duck, and I will see you, if not on Twitch, throughout the week. All right, bye guys. Computer's breaking.
It was so damn worth to wait every second, every day, to wait for you to hold my hand. And there is so much more to say. I could kiss you for a lifetime, stay away to watch you